Hey, good afternoon, everyone. This is Jabari Mongoose here, getting ready to start episode 14 of my Pokemon Randomizer Nuzlocke. We got Macarena Ludicolo, Pinchy the Drapion, BB the Celebi, Lovesong the Raichu, Chomper the Dragon, and Helios the Volcarona. Rest in peace, Loki the Zoroark. You will be missed. So today, last time we got our 7th badge. And as I just mentioned, Loki unfortunately had to sacrifice himself so that we can win with minimal deaths against a Snorlax. And now we're just going through Route 8. The encounter here is a Numel, which, again, it's amazing. Honestly, I'm not upset, but I am amazed I haven't encountered hardly any legendaries as my first encounter in this game. The only one I have is a Fione. But we catch it, and unfortunately, I have never nicknamed a Numel before, and I was struggling, so I just decided to call it Furnace. Not that creative, but honestly, I don't plan on adding him to the team anytime soon. So I'm sorry for any Numel or Camerupt fans out there. But right now we're just going to fight our way through Route 8. There's another forest of... I can't pronounce the city that we were just at. But it's like the more of what the city is, and we get another encounter there before we go into our Bianca rival fight. So I'm excited. This Nuzlocke has been going pretty well so far. I found the TM for Doom Desire, which, as tempting as it is to try that move, I don't think I'm going to be able to make use of it. But I enjoy this challenge a lot, and I'm looking forward to my next randomizer, in quotations, because I'm changing up. I found out how I can randomize my own games. The next game I'm going to be playing is randomized, but I think I'm only going to randomize the Pokemon I encounter. I think trainer Pokemon and gym leaders Pokemon and items, I think I'm keeping the same. Because I like knowing what Pokemon my opponents have, because it helps me prepare. And a randomizer offers something different with randomized Pokemon, but I also like the unique TMs and movesets that gym leaders and Pokemon can have, and Pokemon trainers can have in the base games. But randomizing the Pokemon that I encounter keeps things fresh and different, in my opinion. But so last episode I also tried teaching Pinchy Rain Dance so that it could help speed up Ludicolo. And I decided to, I'm going to get rid of that if I haven't this episode, because I just think, no, I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. This is going to be this episode. So I'm going to teach Drapion Rain Dance in this episode at some point, because I'm going to try to set up Rain Dance with Ludicolo. It also helps with Raichu's Water Spout. But up here we get our encounter, and it's a Garbodor. Again, very interesting encounter. I'm not upset. I like Garbodor. I like weird and underused Pokemon. So if the opportunity arises for me to use it, I will. But we're getting really close to the end of this Nuzlocke challenge. And unless something drastically happens, I don't know if I'm going to be using it. But again, the nickname trend, the bad nickname trend is going strong today, and I just call them trash, literal trash. Okay, here, so I skipped the rest of that because there really wasn't anything important going on. And we get right into our fight with Bianca. So, all of her Pokemon are randomized except for her starter, which I'm happy because it's an Aldino, which every time I fight that thing, it's a guaranteed level up. So I'm not complaining here. But this is scary right here. So last episode we had Bryson with his Snorlax, now we got Bianca with her Gyarados, and this thing is going to be trouble. So I take an Ice Fang, which I probably should have pivoted, but I really didn't know who I could effectively pivot into, and I get the freeze on Macarena. What I end up doing is I decide to stay in because I figured I could live one more non-crit. And so I get into Drapion, I use the bite, I don't get the flinch. Oh no, I do, but Bianca uses a full restore, which I honestly should have known that or remembered that because I should have pivoted into Raichu, but I had an Aqua Tail almost kills. So then I go right into Drapion to get some chip damage. And here, I predict that it's going to... the reason why I went to Drapion, not only for the chip damage, but also because it's going to use Ice Fang now. So I used that to pivot into Raichu in case she didn't use a full restore. Luckily she did. And so then it's just one Thunderbolt to OHKO the Gyarados, which was a very dangerous fight. She brings out Aldino next, who isn't doing much, just uses entrainment. And originally I was going to switch into something else after that last hit, but it used Takedown, which did a good chunk of damage and killed and knocked herself out. So then it's just Love Song with the sweep against her Duat. So fortunately, we survived that, but that Gyarados made things very, very scary. And granted, I could have played that a lot better. I should have predicted the heal that one turn after Drapion used Bite and just went straight into Raichu. That would have been a lot less stress on my end. But in the heat of the moment, I was thinking more about knocking it out, not that it was going to heal. So we're fast forwarding through this bridge. Getsus starts monologuing. We get it. You're secretly evil and the Shadow Triad are useless. So there I get the TM for Hydro Pump, which I might be able to get some use out of. And then I remember there was another TM there. And so then I don't stay in this route for too long. I do fight as much of the thugs, but I figured I can save for fighting the rest of them off screen to help grind for levels. I like how their trainer names are Senior and Junior, so Senior Punk and Junior Punk. Is this like passed down from to the family, or like the family gets involved in this? Who knows? Now, the Rapidash knowing Inferno I did not expect. But fortunately, even with the burn, again, this is where Dragon's Rough Skin and Rocky Helmet is honestly my favorite combination in this run so far. I absolutely love it. Him and Pinchy are probably my favorite Pokemon, or teammates, in this entire run. Sorry to show favoritism, but they are great. I catch a Watchog on this route and call it Timon. Watchog I'm actually not upset about. He has Hypnosis and Thunder Wave. And I think he has some very solid moves like Hyper Fang, and even, I believe it has Low Kick. So that is definitely a mon that I can utilize. I wouldn't mind it. And then we're going to fast forward through all this stuff here. So here, this ends one recording session. I save here. I actually should have cut that out, but it doesn't matter. I'm keeping it in. But I decide to add in the gym challenge. One, because I really, really wanted to do it. And I didn't want to grind because there is a lot of trainers here. And my assumption was most of my Pokemon was going to get to 42 and 43 by the end of this. And honestly, if they still stay at 41, I feel like I'm in the level range. So I'm okay with that. But I'm very scared going into this because it's the last gym challenge. Everyone here, if anyone here, if I don't luck out and everyone has strong Pokemon, they're going to know very big moves. So I really got to plan things out. This Scrafty here is very scary. I'm just going to say that right now. You'll see why. So I go into Dragon. And then I go and use Aqua Jet to kill. Doesn't get the KO. And he uses High Jump Kick. And I just barely survive. A crit would have killed. I'm really gambling on these kills that could have done crits. That if they crit, they would have absolutely destroyed my Pokemon. So I gotta be more careful. That is like my biggest critique of myself during this entire run. I'm just very confident that all my Pokemon can tank any move ever. Except for Macarena. I know Ludicolo cannot take many hits. Oh, this Cradilly here is going to be a pain in my butt. So I pivot into Celebi. It uses Amnesia. So at that point, I go into my trusty Chomper, which Dragon Claw deals a decent chunk of damage, then uses Confuse Ray. And then it uses Ingrain. So I'm thinking, well, I hope it doesn't have an attacking move, but no, it has Ancient Power. Awesome. And it gets the Omni Boost. So it's at +5 special defense and +1 at everything else. So in this case, so at this rate, I go into Dragon, who I use Poison Fang, and it gets the badly poison. So here you'll see on its moveset it knows Bite, Poison Fang, Toxic Spikes, and Rain Dance. That is because I wanted to try to set up a Rain Dance, bring in Ludicolo to have double speed to potentially get some Rain Dance Surf boosted sweeps, or using Raichu with its already natural speed to just use Water Spout, a rain boosted Water Spout. Now here I get lost, which I'm embarrassed. I should probably cut that out. If this recording stays in, you know I didn't. But I figure it out. I forgot how long this one is. The days where Torkoal didn't know drought. Now this should be the last trainer I fight before the gym challenge. Fiery Dance takes out the Wormadam. A Fiery Dance surprisingly does not take out the Roselia, but fortunately it didn't have anything against me. Okay, so I decided to lead with Drapion because he's my lead during major fights for Toxic Spikes, and now I'm trying Rain Dance support. So Drayton's lead is a Yanmega, which at first I used Bite because I was expecting a speed boost, and I wanted to get a potential one-turn flinch before setting up. Didn't work out like that, and the Uproar deals a massive amount of damage. So here, I decide to go straight into Love Song. And instead of going for the Water Spout, I just opt to go for the Thunderbolt. And then his second Pokemon is the Exploud, which here I switch into Helios. I was debating to switch into Dragon, but I was expecting more special attacking normal moves like a Hyper Voice. But fortunately I get the 30% flinch on a discharge, and then the rain ended, so a Fiery Dance was able to get the kill, and then his ace turns out to be a Delibird. So with that, just one Fiery Dance gets to KO, and I get my 8th gym badge. So this is exciting. That means now the level cap is level 50, and it's just making my way up to the Elite Four. I hope everyone enjoyed this episode. Next time, next episode, we're going to start making our way to Victory Road and taking on Team Plasma. Bye.